I'm going to get situated here just for a second and pull this open to make sure that everything is okay. Hello. Happy Monday. Where's my Gmail? There you are. Move some stuff here. Okay. Come on. There you are. And there we are. Okay, so that's going to pull up, and I'm going to grab my layout for today. Come on, YouTube. Okay, so that's pull up. Oh, no, I don't want to hear myself. Okay, yay, we're here. Hello, hi, and happy Monday. All right, so we are here working on October Daily today. Today, my plan is to do story number 6, which is my monochromatic layout. So last week I pulled out 4 of my little slips so that as I was designing my pages throughout the weekend, I would know what I was going to do with them. So the first one I drew was monochromatic, and I decided that with that as my design theme, what I wanted to do was document my home decor. So today is going to be about home decor. Now, the funny thing about this is I have one picture that is of my house, and then everything else is a picture of inspiration that I pull off of Pinterest, because I always go on Pinterest to look for inspiration on how I want to decorate my house. And I pulled a bunch of pictures there, and I'm going to use those to also document this story at the same time. So today we've got until about 3 o'clock-ish when I have to go pick up the kids, which Erin is off this week. Here, I'm gonna move this mount while I'm just chit-chatting. Erin is off for the whole week this week, so we are working on house projects throughout the course of the week. And we're gonna go pick up the kids, run to Home Depot, and then come back home. Unless he might already go to Home Depot while I'm on this live. We'll see. But yeah, all the things. Am I good? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch you guys over to my desk view. I'm gonna show you what I prepared for my layout today, and then we'll get to work on creating it. So here we go. In the meantime, what are you guys up to this week? Some of you, in the tier 2, we do a Monday coffee hour. So it's just like an hour of our day from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock where we all just sit around and chit chat about how the week is going, what our projects, what our project list is for the week, that sort of thing. So some of you I've heard from, but some of you I haven't. So if I haven't talked to you already today, tell me what you are up to this week. What are you working on? Okay, so here's what I've got. I'm also going to need a plain piece of paper, so let me grab that too. I'm thinking, do I want to just do like copy paper? No, I'll do cardstock. I'll do the thing that makes it solid. Okay, so cardstock. All right, so here is the picture of my house that I have. It's a full page picture of my house. This is my fireplace. It might look familiar if you remember the December Daily fireplace I made last year, because I designed it off of my fireplace. So we have the fireplace that I decorated the mantle to, which is kind of a big deal because last year we moved into our new house at the beginning of September, and then we got new floors. We didn't have appliances for 2 months, and we were just living in chaos to the point where I wasn't in a state of mind for decorating my house for Halloween. So this was the first year I've decorated my mantle for Halloween. I did do it last year for Christmas, but not for Halloween. So I've got the picture of my mantle. I also printed off this this digital stamp that says "Welcome Foolish Mortals." This was from the mini kit in my lesson of the stories of this season from Allie Edwards. I just printed it onto some printable transparency, trimmed it down, and I'm going to layer that on top of my photo with nothing. Oh, well, I might add something else to the transparency, but I will eventually hole punch it, and then that will just be its own separate page. For the left side, I'm going to be working with a grid. Cut this down to, mine's 5 1/4 by 8. Let's double check myself there. By 8? Yes, by 8. So do that. That gives me my base, my foundation to work with. In addition to the Welcome Foolish Mortals transparency that I made from the stamp, I also printed off a bunch of these cards that look like little window cards. So here's like, there's 1, there's 2, and it goes all the way to number 8. In the original card, it only went to number 6. So what I did is I erased out the numbers and then re-added my own number 1 through number 8 in an orange colored font. So it has the same look that the original card did. Just, let me see here. Just going all the way to number 8, not ending at number 6. So I have 8 of these cut out, or 8 of these printed out, and then 7 of them I went ahead and did the extra step of turning them into a window card. So I have cut open this little slot and it bends down to where I can have journaling behind it, back in here. And then I have little tiny photos printed to add to the top of them. So I'm going to assemble these together, but before I do that, I left one of them uncut so I can just show you how I go about doing that. I just figured it would take a lot of time and it's super repetitive, so I might as well get a couple of them, most of them, done beforehand, and then we could come here. So to do this, I'm going to be using my craft knife and a self-healing cutting board here. And then I'm just going to cut a line down the side in between the white and the black here. Same for the left side. And then for the top, I just want to go along that straight line. So I'm going to go from the corner to the beginning of the curve, and then again from where that curve would end to the corner. And then I just have to push up on these because they might not, oh yeah, they did. It did a good job. So we've got the corners here are now cut out. So what I need to do is grab a pair of scissors, my fussy cutting scissors, in order to actually cut around this circle. So part of it I'll do from underneath, and then I'll finish it from the top, just giving me the best angle on it. Like so. Okay, so now we've got that part cut out. Then to make it a little easier to fold, where are you at? I'm going to use my bone folder. Now, I decided not to do this on a scoring board just because the line here is so thin that I was worried about, you know, making it too bent there. So I'm just going to use my bone folder and press really hard along that bottom line, and it will give me enough of a crease that I'll be able to fold this down. So that at the bottom. I'm going to pull this up and use my nails to kind of hold down where I creased it, and then we'll fold it. There we go. So now we've got the window card. So the next step here, oh, hi kitty. These cats love all of them. They love to be in my studio, especially under my table when I don't know it, and they'll pop their heads out and I just accidentally stepped on one. Whoops. Okay, so the next step is assembly. So I am going to stick down my photo on the outer portion. Grab some tape, and then these go in the center. I also printed these a lot smaller. I did alter them digitally because the paper that I'm working with is not the same size as a 6x8. So I can actually tell you how little these are. They're pretty small. They're like 1.5 inches, basically, a little bit more. Or no, 1.75 inch. So maybe 1.875 is what I would guess that to be by 1.5. Small. Small is what they are. Okay, so we've got the photo on top, and then for the back of this, I think what I will do is use liquid glue, because that might be a bit easier, where I don't have to worry about glue just getting everywhere. Actually, I have a glue pen too. Maybe I'll use that. Haven't used this in forever. We'll try that. That might be even more precise. Okay, so we've got number 1, which can go directly on top of this. And that will create the first little window with the journaling behind it. Okay, so there's one. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to assembly line, put these things together. Maybe I'll do this first. Okay. Okay. Because this layout is monochromatic, that was the theme I was playing with this time, I decided to go with black and white because that's, you know, my favorite Halloween colors, but also having little tiny pops of orange in it. All right, so I think it's gonna go like that. And I'm leaving enough space here for the page to be hole punched. Okay. Let me see what you guys are working on. I'm gonna do this, we can chit chat. So let's see, Etienne, you're making a page about your cat's costume. She's a butterfly and she hates it. Cat costumes are so funny because cats hate them with every fiber of their being. Like I feel like every picture you ever see of a cat wearing a costume, it just has pure hatred on its face and it makes me laugh. It's the best thing. We one time took what do we have? We had Mr. Dibbs dress up as Prince John from the Jungle Book. It's one of my favorite pictures of all time because he's just like, he just hates it so much, but it's hilarious. Hilarious. Elena, you dressed her up as a witch, but she doesn't hate it as much because it doesn't cover her ears. So that's good to know. Maybe that's what we need. We just need to dress them into something that doesn't cover up their ears because, yeah, they would not like that either. Ugly Christmas sweater. That's so funny. For anyone who dresses up or has family members, pets, children who dress up for Halloween, what's everyone being this year? Oh no, is it the end of my, it is. And I haven't ordered any new because, you know, why would I do something like that and be proactive? Anyway, has everybody figured out what they're being for Halloween. We went to the Halloween store over the weekend, and the kids got their costumes. So Jonah's going to be Luigi, and Izzy is going to be a witch. Last year I did a page special for Izzy that was like her Pokemon Pokeball. It's epic. It's one of my favorite pages from my October daily last year, just because it's so different, and a celebration of her costume. So this year, Jonah is going to be Luigi, and I want to make a special page for that costume. I have an idea, and I'm so excited about it. I'll tell you about it. So I'm thinking, if you know anything about Mario Brothers, they have the question mark box, right? So I'm thinking I want to make a question mark box, and underneath it, I want a picture of Jonah doing like the fist pump up into the air. And then I want to be able to move him up to punch the question mark box. And when you do that, to have the journaling come out the top, kind of like in the game when they punch the box, like a mushroom or money or whatever comes out of it. So same idea, but a little bit different. And I think it will be epic. So that's my goal. We'll see how it really turns out in the end, but I think I can do it. And then Izzy being a witch, I love it. I'm going to be a witch with her because that's my go-to for Halloween. I always joke around, tell them that I am a witch. Sometimes they half believe me. But it'll be fun. Okay. So, almost there. It's number 6. Nope, wrong one. This is just garbage. Maybe I just need to go get like a holder for this. So I have a few of these, just the refills. This is what, Tombow Mono? Could probably just grab one of those at the store this week. Okay. All right, 2 more. So what's going to be fun about this layout is that I left some space, because this is a grid. I left some space in between the boxes here to just put ephemera. Like I have no plan for what to put in there because I already have my photos and I already have my journaling. So I just want to find some ephemera pieces that also have that same black and white with maybe little pops of orange vibe, and put those in here. It'll be a good reason to use a bunch of those up. I can also stamp too. I can add stamps. And it should, oh yeah. All fit. Okay, last one. I don't know what Aaron is doing. He keeps going in and out. I can hear the door open and close. We worked on our garage today. So since the time we moved in, we've only been able to park my car in the garage, not both of them, because our garage didn't have a lot of storage in it, and we just had a lot of crap that we needed to get rid of. So today's project is the garage. That's what we're working on. We've almost got it to where Aaron can now park, which is really exciting. We're hoping by the end of the day, like he's bringing a ton of stuff over to Goodwill. And then I think we have to put up a couple more hooks, and then we should be good. We should be able to park out there, him and me. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting these on. So that's today. Tomorrow, our goal is to rearrange his office. Ugh, no, don't get glue everywhere. And then Wednesday, the goal is to clear out the basement. We have a ton of stuff that just needs to, it just needs to go. We need to go through it, find out what we want to keep, what we don't want to keep, and just clear it out, basically. Okay, I think that's straight. We're going to say it is. I'm going to have to clean off my table here when we're done. So I'm going to have glue everywhere. Okay. What do I feel like I just got glue on this? How? Okay, maybe we'll be safe and we'll do it on here. Okay. Go there. And here. I'll have to decide if I want to put maybe some washi down the side there. That could look kind of cool. Okay. And then last two. Okay. Yeah, I might go to the store maybe today and get like one of these that I can use to hold onto the tape. Okay, so there's my grid. And this is going to go next to here. So now we just need to figure, oh, I need a number. I'm gonna grab my number bin, and then we just need some embellishments. Maybe some stamps. So let's find a number first. This is number 6. Oh, okay. So let's pull all these things out. And we'll see what we're working with. So I could do a wood veneer. Thinking maybe I'll put it down here in the bottom. That one's kind of a big wood veneer. I've got, this one's red, which is okay. That one's not quite. Maybe that, because it's kind of orange. Or this one, if I cut it, if I trim it out. I have a gold, which I also kind of like the gold. I don't want to do black. Don't want to do red. Don't want to do wood. I also have a sticker that's a white, number 6. Maybe that. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking one of those. Okay, put all those back. Then, okay, let's leave that for now. Let's see what we got. I've got some pieces here, and I've got some pieces in a different bin. You're going to be too big. Maybe. Maybe. Not those. Not those. Not these. Oh, I have the black cat. Maybe that. The ones that have like a little bit of orange on, I'm going to keep out just to play around with those. What do we got? Spooky. This is Bring on the Candy. This is Halloween. Okay, so maybe those. Let's grab this pack of ephemera and my stamps. See if there's anything that I liked from in here, because I've got like the witch's broom and the hat, which is kind of cute from this one. Ooh, the haunted house. I definitely like the haunted house. The wand kind of fits in there too, maybe. Think about that. Okay. No. 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 Maybe. This was a no. Ugh. Does the cat fit in here? Almost. I love that cat, but the owl does. So we could do like the owl. This says like all things spooky and scary. Do the bats. With maybe the word eek. Also have cobwebs, but I think I'll put that there for now. All right, let's see what else is in here that I could use. Put that up there. Well, it's scoochy scoochy. Sometimes when I put layouts like this together, or when I plan to do them with a process video or live or whatever, sometimes I will already figure out all of this part so you guys don't have to see me go through it all. But I thought that sometimes it can be helpful to see this process at work as well. So this time we are watching it all. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. I kind of like that. I so want to do a gallery wall. I'm wondering if I should check my prompts and see if I have gallery wall as a prompt, because I definitely am going to be doing one at some point. For sure. Oh my gosh, I have a cat passed out in the sun right next to me. So cute. Oh, Oh, I love that pumpkin too. He's so cute. He's got little like Dracula fangs. Love it. Okay, some pieces are too big, which is okay. They can have another home. I like that, but it's almost too square. Since everything else is a square, it might look kind of weird. I think that last year, one of my favorite collections that I purchased was the Heidi Swap October collection. I saw that she had the one that came out this year as well. And I really liked it. I don't need it. You know, I didn't need it, so I didn't buy it. I was trying to not buy anything or as little as possible this year and use up because I have a very healthy stash from previous years. So my goal was to use up what I've got or just use the digital, some of the digitals that I've got. But I love that. I love the Heidi Swap collections. Okay, so I think that, yeah, see how those cool frames, totally doing the wall with that. All right, so I'm thinking for the most part, the stamps are winning. I like the stamps. So we're going to use mostly those, I think. And then intersperse some of the other things. I think I'm going to not do that. I kind of like that. Even if it was just the one. Or I guess I could do the two corners. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe. Okay. So for over here, I like stamp, 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 stamp. And then these three embellishments. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So if we did like the pumpkin, the cat, I feel like maybe this middle one. I could maybe do maybe something like that. Would you fit in here? And then what would I put on top of you? This is Halloween. Oh, cat, I'm gonna move you. You're under my feet. Here, I'm gonna move you. You're so sweet. Okay, there you go. There you go. Lay right there. Okay. All right, so I suppose let's start with the stamps. All right. To spray paint t-shirts with bleach to transfer images onto it using a mask. Wooden decor pieces. Interesting. Mel, that sounds really cool. Huh. The cutest ghost family photo stamp. That's adorable. That would be so cute in little frames. Okay, I am going to quickly, wait, are you still damp? I think you might be damp enough that I can use it. All right, so let's do this. I need black. There you are. think I want to use black and maybe orange and maybe yellow. We'll see. Mostly black though. So let's do this haunted house first. We're just gonna go for it. I might have to go get that wet. Might not be good enough. All right. So haunted house. Can go there. Let me go, well, actually it might be okay. Might be okay. Okay, so haunted house, and then I want the bats. That are gonna go there. And the word eek below that. Okay. And we've got, actually I think I'll do this first, the sentiment that goes on the bottom. And then I can add my owl on top of that. Okay. Now, do I want to do magic wand, or I don't think I do. I think I'm gonna say no to that, but maybe yes to a hat and a broom. Or I could do a hat. So this has Hocus Pocus on it, which I kind of like that. I could do the broom and then, stop it, the hat. The Hocus Pocus down there. If I did the broom in like a brown or the yellow. Nothing else is layered. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? This is Halloween. Could do, well, I already have bats, so maybe not a bat. Okay, I'm thinking the witch's hat and the broom for sure. Wonder if I can like center this a little bit more. I just don't like that that's empty, you know? So maybe I'll just do it. Worst case, I don't like it, and I suppose I could just cut a piece of paper and cover it up, you know, like whatever, it'll be fine. Do it, we're doing it. So I've got witch's hat and broom. I think I'll do broom in orange, but the question is going to be, is this the correct color orange? Let's find out. I mean, it's a little bright. Okay, what about this one? Where did I put that? Over here. Okay, so, all right, or orange. Let's try this one. Paper person, pumpkin pie spice. There you are. Let's see if you are the color I want. You are. Yay, winner. Okay. So that can go down there for a pop of orange, and let's just give it a go. Hocus pocus. I think that's fine. All right, so lid. It's fun because it allows me to pull out these stamps that I haven't really done very much with this year so far, and to put a bunch of them on here. So now let's add these pieces. So there's that one. This little thing says this is Halloween. I'm sticking it on top of this like older label thing, which I think was included maybe in last year's die cuts from Allie. Last year she didn't do anything for Halloween, but she did have a couple of like an add-on die cut pack that I grabbed. Oh, tweezers. Do I see you? Yes. Okay, so that can go in the middle. And okay. Now, there we go. I don't want this to stick onto the photo. Okay, so we put little Monstro on here. Whoops. Right there, thank you. Okay, so now the last question is, do I, actually we got two more things, right? Do I think I want to put a strip of washi here. So the question is, do I want to stick with that black and white and do black and white all the way down? Actually, I think that's kind of cool. Rather than the orange. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, black and white. We are going as monochromatic as possible, right? Okay. Trim this part off. And then later when I hole punch this to put it into my album, the holes will go in this part. But I think that looks pretty good. So that will go here. This, I think I'm gonna stick with, you know what, well first let's add let's add these on to the transparency because I think I'm just going to go for that. You'll be able to see through to the back side, which is also not a bad thing because the back is orange. Kind of goes well with our page. Okay. So there's one. I'm gonna have to cut more of these out. These, I don't remember what cut file they came from. It might have been something I got from the Silhouette store, I think is where they came from. But I made them last year. Now I need more because I really like spider webs. Okay. So there on the back side, it's got the cool like orange, which still goes nicely. Okay, so we've got this. So now we just got to pick a number. So gold foil, or I'm just going to cut this out because why not? This one's a bit more of like an orangey yellow. Maybe mustardy yellow is the correct term here. Okay, so we've got that, or we've got the little bit darker one, or we have just a white sticker. Number 6. Ooh. I'm going with that. I'm going to just do the white sticker because we're monochromatic here with a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of orange. Okay, so let's line you up correctly here. So I want to stick this down like that. And I think that's going to do that. So let me put these back where they go. I'm going to lose my numbers. We'll put these all back. I can just go in this. Okay. And then I can read you my journaling here too. And then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing tomorrow during our live because I have the next couple ready to go. All right. Is that everything? Let's clear this all out of my way. All right. And a bunch of stamps. Okay, so this is monochromatic. So when I did my journaling for this page, so on the right-hand side, I have a picture of my actual fireplace. On the left-hand side, all of these photos came from Pinterest. They did not come from my own decorations. They are ideally how I would love to decorate my house if I just could do whatever I wanted to do and could buy it all right now. That's what I would do. So when I went to put this story together, I decided to journal from the perspective of if I lived in a haunted house, how would I decorate my house? Which is one of the creative writing prompts that I included this year in my list. I thought it was a perfect way to journal about home decor from a slightly different vantage point than I have done in the past. So I can't remember if I think I started them all if I lived in a haunted house. I did. So they all begin with if I lived in a haunted house, ... and then it's, how would I decorate it? So, okay, last one here. Just don't want to lose any of the things. All right, so, and I'll try to hold these up so you can see a better view of the picture, because it does talk about the picture itself. So number 1 is, if I lived in a haunted house, black crows would perch on my shelves, piercing our souls with their sinister gazes, and a murder of bats would make their home here. So the picture there is just this fireplace mantle that I super love. It actually has this banner, the spooky banner, which was the inspiration piece that I had sent to Allie for creating the spooky banner here, which is a digital stamp in that, in the Stories of This Season class. So that's where that came from. I sent her this. I said, I love that banner, and I would really, really love something like that as a digital stamp. So we've got the crows here for the crows. Number 2 is this like gallery wall of a bunch of black and white pictures. Some of them are creepy looking. Some of them are just like patterns or a word. For this one, I said, if I lived in a haunted house, I would maintain my love of grids and gallery walls, adorning them with the creepiest of images in the loveliest of black and white tones. Number 3 is this picture of a bench in the entryway of someone's house. They have this huge sign that says Old Salem Black Hat Inn, and I actually think this might be potentially a link, like maybe they had put pictures of this on their blog, but the sign is something that they sold on Etsy, I think. But I remember it being really, really expensive, the sign, because my mom was like, ooh, I want that, and then didn't get it. I think that's why. But I really love the sign that says Old Salem Black Hat Inn, and then they have hanging witches' hats up above it and a broom down below. So for this one, I said, if I lived in a haunted house, witches' hats would be a staple. I am a witch after all, so it would make sense for my hats to decorate the hallways and porch entry to the house. I've also seen Allie did that one year. She hung a bunch of witches' hats on her porch, and it looked really, really good. This 4th picture here is a tablescape that's really gothic looking. It's got like gold candles and skulls and all that kind of stuff, some like lace on there. And it gave off this almost chic, creepy vibe that I think would be perfect for a haunted house. So for this one, I said, if I lived in a haunted house, I would certainly keep ornate candelabras and black candlesticks on all the dining surfaces. Skulls for added ambiance, of course. And then the next one, I've got a picture that I love of these 3 skeletons. This is again above somebody's mantle, and the skeletons are making like peace signs, and it's hilarious. I just love it. And underneath it says, hey boo. So for this one, I said, if I lived in a haunted house, I would hang family portraits of the deceased, bones and all. The human body is so fascinating, it definitely deserves to be on display. It's pretty morbid, right? It's funny. I find that funny. So number 6 here, I've got a picture of these black frames that have it looks like there's maybe like black cardstock or something in the background of the frame. And then on top of that, they have white lace. So it's white lace, but then when you look through it, there's black behind it. And then there's some spiders and things on them, and it looks really cool. They also have this black lace on top of orange pumpkins that I thought was really pretty. So I said, if I lived in a haunted house, lace would be visible on all the surfaces, from my draperies to my wall decor. I would keep my house full of the most delicate laces around. Because that also just screams like vintage, haunted, scary house, you know? The next one here is a table where they've got a skeleton posed like in a seat. And really the thing I loved the most about this picture is only half visible. They had this skeleton where it was 4 different pictures, and the first picture was the head, the next one was the chest, the next one was like the pelvis and the upper thighs, and then the bottom one was the feet and bottom part of the legs. And it's like 4 pictures hung in a row to create the full skeleton body. It's super cool. I loved that. But then there's also like a lot of creepy stuff on the table, and I thought that would be fun in a haunted house. So for this one, I said, if I lived in a haunted house, the dead would regularly visit for dinner. I'd make them feel right at home with my intricate table runner made from the finest of spider webs. Oh yeah, because there's like spider webbing on top of the table. I thought that was really cool. And then this last one is a cauldron, this really awesome looking cauldron. And they have a sign that says Ollivander's Wand Shop behind it, which I really like too. So Harry Potter vibes here. So this one I said if I lived in a haunted house, I would spend my days brewing potions in my witch's cauldron. My kitchen would contain many bottles filled with the strangest of things. And then that was that. So that's like my journaling of, you know, if I could, how would I decorate my house? Also, if it was haunted, I mean, it'd have to be creepy, like creepy chic, I think is what I would go for, with a little bit of like modern clean lines thrown in there. I don't know how that would all mix, but we would find a way. I would find a way. And that is my layout for today. So there is story number 6. This will go in here. We'll pop it in, which I think, I love the little flip outs. I think those are really fun. I love having the transparency that goes in the middle. I think that's really fun. For tomorrow I'm going to be working on story number 7 and 8. So story number 7 is going to be using lace, and I'm going to be documenting watching Hocus Pocus 2. And then the story number 8, my inspiration was grids. So I'm actually going to be using some Polaroid grid die cuts that I have from an older Paige Evans file. So I've got those 2 ready to go. I do need to pull a thing for today so that when I design my layout this evening, I know what my prompt is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And then, come on, let's do this one. Ooh, mostly digital. Okay, so today's layout is going to be, or whatever today is. Is today the 10th? I think it's the 10th. So day 10 is going to be mostly digital, which will make things actually kind of easy. I feel like digital can be easier to design because there's less steps involved, less printing involved. All right, so there we go, friends. That's going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed seeing today's layout come together. I think it turned out really good, so I'm excited. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will see you back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll have a bit more time from 1 to 3 to work on some layouts together. So I'll see you back here then. Till then, have a good one. Bye, friends.